The people that broadcast in our show presented by people with learning disabilities from our friends and community. We talk about issues that are important to us and interview interesting people to find out new information. This is our way to make a difference and have our voices heard.
Hello and welcome to People First podcast. Today we are happy to welcome Em and Clare, who are visiting us today from Skipton Building Society. Now here so we can talk about money because our treasure Nathan was interested sharing information about the money with our listeners. Welcome to the show, Emma and Clare. We hope you enjoy your visit.
Oh, thank you. We're glad to be here.
I'm nervous, but I am glad to be here.
What do you do to as a part of your job?
We do a little bit of everything as part of our job. So we see customers and interact with customers most of the day, whether that is kind of on the counter being the first person they see when they come into the branch, helping them put the money in, take the money out. Or we also do kind of what we call a review with a customer. So we sometimes sit down with them in a private office, go through what their kind of goals for their money are, and make recommendations of where they could best place their money. In addition to that, we also open accounts, help them when there's a bereavement, so someone passes away.
Buy the first house. We can even help you get on the property ladder, get a mortgage.
What made you interested in banking?
I interviewed Emma, so I'd like to know the answer to this question because I employed Emma.
Yeah, we were saying what made us interested in particularly a building society rather than a bank is that they're slightly different. So because we're from Skipton Building Society, it means that all of our members, so every person that either has a savings account with £1 in or owes us £1 on their mortgage is a member, and then members get to make decisions on how things are run, on what processes are changed, and it means a little bit more to be a member. So it was kind of helping people with the different finances and being able to be part of a building society that's so local and so well known around this area.
And they really look after you as well. As working for Skipton, they do actually really support you. So there might be other things that we need as well as being able to help our members. We also get a lot of help and support. It's a great place to work.
What does the typical working look like?
Yeah, so I don't think there is a typical working day that we can kind of describe to you. I think everything changes so quickly, and that depends really on the members that walk through the door. So we do often have kind of 4 or 5 of us that are working in the branch each day, and we have some kind of assigned appointments already in the diary. But then we can kind of account for people walking in and wanting to do things, whether that's opening an account, registering online. Everything's so kind of different. And even in, like, say, I've been there for 3 years. I think, Claire, you're over 10.
Yeah.
And I think it has kind of changed and evolved through the time, but with different kind of technology increases and things and demands from our members.
And part of my role, as well as doing what Emma's just mentioned, I also make sure that everything's safe. So if you came in to do a transaction, I oversee that to make sure that the processes are all followed correctly. If you've come in to change your address because you've moved house, has that been done correctly? Have we got everything that we need for it? So I have a few little extra arms to my day as well. But yeah, it's very interesting. But like Emma says, no 2 days are ever the same.
Has banking changed the way you interact with your customers? Is cash used less?
Great question.
Yeah, I think it has kind of changed. Like I was saying, with the kind of technology, I think that's one of our biggest changes recently. we can now use kind of the internet more to help and support our members. So as I was saying, we've got kind of a website and an app where people can actually open their own savings accounts, whether that's with our support or kind of independently online. And we can also send now our application forms through the internet, and they can sign it on the phone, a bit like when you get a parcel through from the postman. So that's a massive change to what we've had. And I think regulations have changed, so the government have put a bit stricter rules on us in terms of how we kind of transact each day. So if they're that, cash isn't used less necessarily, but the kind of laws around how we accept cash and how much cash we give people has changed slightly. So
it's very
it's
regulated
just kind of,
now,
yeah.
isn't it? But yeah, we used to have hundreds of people coming in every single day for cash, paying cash in, taking cash out. You're absolutely right in your question. That has become less and less because there's new ways of doing things now, isn't there? Like Emma said, you can do things online. How often do you guys go into your bank?
I'll go every month, but put my checks in for Christmas or birthdays.
Yeah.
Sometimes, we used to meet in like banking, like my benefits kind of thing. Once a month, but not all the time. So.
Yeah, which is great, but not everybody does. There's some people that we maybe see once a year, or not even that often. So they choose to interact with us differently. They might send us web chats, or they might call us up.
Me and my mum would meet us about testing accounts, my bank account, my savings account.
Yeah.
Someone with learning disabilities has an account with you. Your support is available to help them with their money.
I love this question, and it's really, really important to us is the answer to this, so I'm going to make sure Emma gets it right.
We do quite a lot of support, I think. We pride ourselves on making sure that we're accessible to everyone, regardless of what their kind of learning disability or physical disability may be. And we put something in place which we kind of call like a change of service. So what we'd do is we'd have a conversation with you or with your parent carer that you come in with as you're there, and we'd kind of ask you what you think you need that interacting with us differently by. Some people, if they've got kind of a visual impairment, we send them things in larger print, or we can send them an audio. Or if it's someone that's just kind of got a bit of a processing, where they just process things slightly slower, we might just put a note on so everyone's aware of that, or offer you a private space or somewhere to sit down. So we really try and tailor it to each individual. We don't have one kind of blanket approach for everyone. And there's also things kind of like power of attorney, which can be put in place, and that means that it's someone that you would trust that'll help you look after your money as well as. So we've got kind of a couple of different ways.
Yeah, it's
that
more
we'd
of a legal
support,
thing,
yeah.
isn't it? We even have people that struggle with the signatures, so either that they're getting a little bit older or they've got something that's preventing them being able to sign in the signature the same way, and we can actually get a stamp with a copy of their signature on. So rather than them having to be worried about getting that right each time, they just literally press a stamp. So there is unbelievable amount of ways that we can support. But as Emma said, it's down to what's important. We'd chat with the member and find out what they need from us.
How many customers come into the bank each week?
So,
You'll know exactly.
Yeah, I was gonna
Emma does
say,
some facts and figures so we can see how popular, as we like to refer to it, we are.
Yeah, so I had a look at our little database. So in the Keighley branch, we probably see 300 to 400 people each week. But then across the building society as a whole, there's about 18 to 19,000 people that visit us in a branch each week. And that's just the people that kind of do a transaction. So physically come in and either put money in or take money out. We get a lot more people that come in and kind of ask us questions or queries, or might come in to kind of change their address or things like that. So we probably see more than that. But yeah, as a baseline, probably around 400 people a week in the Keighley branch. Quite a lot of people that we like to try and help.
Does that surprise you? Does that seem a lot?
I was expecting it. I was scrapping though.
How does Skipton Building Society get feedback from its customers?
So yeah, we get feedback in a couple of different ways. We often send kind of people a feedback questionnaire if they've been in to do a transaction. We can kind of randomly send them a bit of a questionnaire that says rate how you think we performed today, give us a little score and leave a comment. As we were saying earlier, because we are a building society and everyone has that membership, each year, probably similar to what you kind of do with the voting, we have what we call an annual general meeting, and that gives each person that's a member of the society to vote on, like say, who's in charge, what they want to see. We support different charities, or which charities they want us to support that year. So that's probably one of the biggest feedbacks that we get. And then we also invite people to leave any kind of feedback or kind of comments and complaints if unfortunately they feel like they've not received the best service. We always want to try and rectify that and hopefully try and find a solution. So if a certain process gets a lot of different negative feedback, we can then look to change that and make that better for our members. So it can kind of come from anywhere, whether that's people leaving a comment on Facebook or Twitter, whether that's people coming into the branch or ringing up and letting us know.
What the most interesting story you have from working as a banker? It definitely took us a while to kind of come up with an interesting story. We've had a couple that you had from previous banking where you've actually been kind of hurt, but we went with we help protect our customers, and it's something that people might not really know about, but we can often kind of have conversations, and there's some people that you'll see I suppose if you go in every month, you'll kind of be recognised and you'll know. And sometimes people have kind of changes in their behaviour or might do something, might have to take money out more frequently than normal. And we try and help protect our customers. So we have had instances in the past where someone's come in and they've said, actually, someone's asking me to take that money out.
Yeah, if somebody's waiting outside the branch for me.
And that comes into kind of that supporting our members. So we can actually kind of say, well, if you don't feel safe and comfortable, then you can stay with us, sit inside with us, and we'll make sure that you're protected. So that's probably one interesting thing that I think people aren't always aware of, is that when you kind of get to know people, you can go there as a safe space as well. If you feel like someone's not even to do with the bank, but if someone's threatening you or you don't feel comfortable, it is another safe place that you can pop into and just say, can you have a little bit of assistance? And whether that's calling the police or whether that's us kind of calling a parent, guardian, carer, we can help you with them kind of tracks.
Absolutely.
What the best financial advice you have received? Who give it to you?
Well, I obviously give you your best financial advice, don't I, Emma?
Yeah, join Skipton. We think there's a couple of different kind of maybe quotes or kind of things that people should always think about. One of which was, don't buy what you can't afford. So if you can't actually afford it, don't start putting loans and things, wait until you've saved up a little bit more, which kind of comes into the look after the pennies and the pounds will make themselves. So even if you're just putting a little bit away, it'll help you mount it up. And make sure you start paying into your pension straight away.
Absolutely.
So if you do get a job, you should be asked if you want to pay into a pension scheme if you're over 21, and that'll mean that you can put money away for when you retire. And the more money you can have when you retire, the better. So no one specifically, but just little phrases and things to think about.
Have any of you guys been given some financial advice? What to do with your money?
My advice is be careful when I spend,
Yeah.
expensive things, So
And it's easy, isn't it? Because you see things sometimes and you think, actually, I want that and I want that now. But how much nicer is it if you've managed to save that money up and then you've gone and bought it and you've not had to borrow any money? It's a lovely feeling.
Yeah.
Being able to buy your first house, you're in an even more of a privileged position because that's not easy to do, is it?
You know, because I live on my own. I live on my own in Skipton.
Yeah.
And Emma's still trying to get her first house. She's saving and saving to be able to afford a first house.
Yeah.
It's not easy. Yeah, it's not easy. We can help you. Come to Skipton.
What is your favourite part of your job?
I think it's interacting with people, interacting with different customers, interacting with different members, being there at the moments that matter. So people don't often realise, but we'll open kind of children's savings accounts for when babies are first born. So we get some really cute little babies that come in and see us, which is always nice. We help people with the first home. We'll help people when they get married and have to change the name. But then we'll also be there when people pass away. So I think it's nice that we get to see the whole kind of journey of people. And also being able to get out into the community and support things like this.
Yeah,
I'm so glad that you
thing.
came and knocked on the door and came in to see us, because you ran around the corner and we didn't even realise you were here.
We've just walked the long way around because we didn't know you were here. But things like that, I'm the central champion, so in this area, and Emma's the branch champion. So anything that we can do in the community, we're constantly looking for things that we can do. This is right up our street. So yeah, I agree with Emma, thank you for... And these are the bits that do make it interesting. These are the exciting bits about the job, and the company really supports that as well, so...
And we made everyone really jealous that we
Yeah,
were
we
getting
did.
to come.
The whole branch wanted to come.
Skipton Society, where you find it?
We're the same. You can find us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter.
We've got a website, which is skipton.co.uk. And if you're in Keighley, we're just on Cavendish Street. So we're on 64 Cavendish Street, which is just opposite the junction. So you can pop in and say hello as well.
That's all the time we have for today. Another big thank you to Emma and Claire for visiting us today and talking to us on the podcast. We hope you enjoy your visit and that other listeners learned name about banking and looking after money. Do you have any thoughts you would like to add before we end the show?
No, but that was really, really great. Thank you. But thank you for asking us. Really appreciate it.
It's nice to see you coming.
Oh,
Yeah,
thank you. It was lovely to meet you all.
We were able to comment, like, share on Facebook, Instagram and X. You can find us by searching for the People First podcast. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time.